So Clark and Jimmy have a new roommate, and it's Lois's dad. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with My Adventures with Superman Season 2, Episode 3. And yeah, Sam is moving in with Clark and Jimmy, which he was actually surprisingly okay with that idea. If for no other reason than to keep an eye on Clark specifically. But yeah, he's doing so because now that he's realized the truth about how fucking terrible Waller is, and he's kind of, you know, being hunted by them as well. He is having to kind of go into hiding. He can't stay with Lois because that would put her in danger. So he's going to stay with Clark because I guess that's better. Um, from his perspective, that should seem like a bad idea as well. Especially since, like, publicly they are a couple. So that connection is still there. This doesn't actually protect Lois as much as they think it does. But also, he doesn't know that Clark is Superman. Which I'm thinking it's like, he's probably going to find out now, isn't he? But he doesn't know that yet. So, like, they have no outside of Lois, like, there's no reason to believe that he would be safe there, comparatively. And by his logic, that would be also putting Clark in danger, which he seems okay with, which is kind of fucked up. But we know Sam, like, needs a lot of help with that. He's not the best person towards his daughter or anyone else. Even if he does clearly love Lois, it's just like he kind of treats her pretty shitty. On top of that, we've continued to see Jimmy's money go down, but an even bigger thing at the end of last episode, Lex has fully revealed himself to be Lex Luthor, which, again, everybody knew since season 1. That's not a surprise. But he is now going to be working with Waller. He kind of just asserts himself. He just comes in, stops Ivo from rampaging. It's like, oh, hi, I'm your new head scientist. And Waller's like, oh, shit, that's dope. How do you take your coffee? That's kind of literally how it goes. It's wild how easy that was for him to basically infiltrate. Even though I think he does actually want to work with them, it's not like his desire to necessarily take over. Though that might happen, it might go in that direction. We still haven't had anything come up again with Kara, though Lois does know about that now, though she's wary about it, because it's like, oh, another Kryptonian might not be as safe. We had to deal with a possible invasion before, because Clark didn't get a chance to tell her what his father said about, yeah, not actually being an invasion. Things were kind of abandoned, and it was just automated. So that's got to come out now. He's trying to tell her. He's not, like, keeping it a secret. He is trying to tell her. She's just not letting him, not giving him the opportunity. Ironically. Lois needs to, like, chill out a little bit and just, like, take a moment to breathe. She's always just go, go, go. And it's like, I get it. It's like you want to focus on, like, what you're doing at the moment, want to focus on getting the stories for your job and doing all of this stuff to protect the city, and that's great. That's awesome. You get your dad back, of course. But you gotta slow down a little bit, girl. You're going so fast, you're not getting the opportunity to hear your own boyfriend out on things. And I'm sure that's going to be brought up to some degree. I still kind of wonder if Kara is here yet. If she's on Earth already. Did she come to Earth with the ship that crashed? Is she going to come to Earth? Are we going to see that happen? How is this going to work? Because I believe it is different depending on the iteration you're, watching or reading or whatnot. So I guess we'll just have to see. Obviously, do not spoil me. I know I'm a couple episodes behind because we're only doing one a week. So I'm like 1 or 2 episodes behind when I get these out. Do not spoil me if any of my questions or whatnot are answered in a future episode. I don't want to know ahead of time. So just please keep that in mind. But yeah, this has been so far so good. It's continuing off of the first season excellently, while also setting some things up for this one. It's looking pretty good, and all the voice actors doing a fantastic job as always. Jack Quaid was just such a good acting choice for Clark. Like, he is so goddamn good. And I mean, he's great in The Boys too, which, by the way, that just recently released its new season. Um, but yeah, it's like I want to see him in more things, or even just hear him voice acting in more things, because he's great at that too. It's like he's gonna kind of be one of those actors who is also a voice actor as well, not like on the side, but as well. He's both, like Keith David. I don't know why that's the first name that came to mind, but that's a big example. He is both an on-screen actor and a voice actor, and he's been great at both of those his entire career. So yeah, I think Jack Quaid is going to become another like that, where he's actively both. So yeah, but I have a lot of hope for this season, and I'm just excited to see what more we get. So we're going to get into this, but before we do, I do want to remind you all that we have a lot of great content on this channel. Between Monday and Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions, and on Monday, we also specifically have YouTube, or at least YouTube adjacent reactions. Whether they be shorts or specials or mini-series that just don't have enough episodes, or hell, just YouTube videos. Anything that doesn't quite fit into a full series reaction or a movie reaction goes in that slot. And speaking of movie reactions, I do those every Saturday and Sunday. We record them during the week, but I upload them on the weekends just because it's easier and because it makes sure that every day has some sort of reaction content going on for it. Meanwhile, we're also currently going through a couple Let's Plays on the channel. We're playing Spider-Man 2. I upload parts to that every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, though I do record them in bulk ahead of time. And if you're new to checking that Let's Play out, I do want to warn you real quick. The first 9 parts, especially 5 through 9, do have some audio desync issues. It was my first time doing a Let's Play with a capture card on my PS5. So I had to try and figure things out with that, and unfortunately in these first couple recording sessions kind of got some things messed up, especially the second session, which was parts 5 through 9. So because of that, I had to unfortunately kind of deal with it, because there was nothing I could fix with it as the point I got to. It's just nothing I could really work with it at that point. But from parts 10 on, it's all good. I've got everything fixed by that point, and so the vast majority of the Let's Play will be all good in terms of audio. We also are playing through Anno Mutationum on Saturday. This is a donation reward Let's Play for Matthew Vasquez. And yeah, it's pretty good so far. Nothing amazing, but I'm enjoying it enough. It's kind of weird and wacky at times, which is always pretty fun. But if you want to know how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play, I actually have a video for that on the channel. If you go to the channel search and type in June Double Reward Month PS5, all one search, then it should take you straight to the correct video. And that video will tell you everything you need to know in regards to how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play. But all of that being said, I think it's about time we got on with this episode. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction because, yes, we do redirect all of our reactions on this channel. You know how YouTube's copyright system is pretty shitty, right? Well, in order to avoid any possible copyright strikes or, even worse, a channel termination, which I have dealt with before and don't want to again, in order to avoid that, we push all reactions off onto another site. I know you don't want to have to click all these different links just to get to the reaction, but it's only one per video. Just a single link. You go down to the description below, click it, takes you to the video. And on the plus side, This does mean that all of you, yes, every single one of you watching, gets to see the full, unedited reaction for 100% free. No paywall, you don't have to subscribe to Patreon, and you don't even have to sync up your own copy. I think that's pretty awesome, because not every reaction channel has the availability to do that, for genuine various reasons. But I do pride myself on being able to do that for all of you on this channel. I do love that I can give you these full unedited reactions, and I love to hear what you think of that and how you enjoy them. And after you watch the reaction, you can come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will not only contain spoilers to the episode, but also just my general thoughts on the series or season so far. And sometimes I'll be talking about stuff related to the channel. You never know. It's always worth checking out, just to be safe. So with all of that being said, I thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. And for now, I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, in 1997, Shaq was in a movie called Steel, which is based off the same character. He played John Henry Irons, Steel, and this movie bombed hard and is critically panned. Everyone calls it super cheesy, terrible writing and acting, etc., etc. I don't think I ever saw it, but I also have heard of the character. I do know of John Henry Irons and everything. It's like, so this isn't like a character I only know from the Shaq thing, because again, I haven't even seen that. But yeah, it's like I knew I recognized the name. I couldn't put it together, but once I saw Steel in the credits, it's like, oh yeah. And also, like, the same actor was Silas Stone, which I like how both of the voices were notably different from each other. I would not have guessed it was the same actor. Good range there. But we also find out that Silas's son Vic is in this, but he's like 9 or 10 or so. So we're not going to get Cyborg in this series, but it's a fun little Easter egg to see. That being said, the little ending reveal with LexCorp taking over, and, you know, seeing the suit there at that moment, it just clicked for me. It just instantly clicked for me. It's just like, that is fucking Lex's suit. That is absolutely Lex's power suit, just without the paint job. 100%. I did not even consider that this entire episode when we saw that suit and everything. It just did not, like, click with me at all until the moment Lex came in and was opposite of him with the suit. It's just like the instant I saw that, and with Lex taking over and all, it's just like, it just instantly hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was like, I hope that was a good reaction moment for you guys. Because I kind of really enjoyed the reaction I had to that. But yeah, this episode sets up a lot. Obviously, with LexCorp taking over everything, we're definitely setting up for Lex becoming the big, like, renowned name that he usually is. And we see that this is all through Waller's connections and whatnot, that this is being made possible, which also makes sense how this nobody scientist just kind of rises super quickly. He has very powerful connections. But we also get to see Leslie in this as well, Livewire. Great to see her back. I really do love what they've done with Livewire in this series, because you take a B-list villain, this just super minor villain, who has gotten a little time to shine in, like, the animated stuff, but it has never, even in those, been, like, this big character, and you kind of, like, give her a very notable role in this series, not just in season 1, clearly, even in this season. And I love seeing that. I love seeing that she is this constant recurring villain. Even if she's not the main villain, that's still pretty cool to see. Um, this episode surprised me though, because I thought we were gonna have a lot more of the stuff with Sam. Um, I was expecting a lot more of that, and we got like one scene of it. Sam is an absolute slob. Like, he complains about like Clark being like absent-minded and everything, but this dude refuses to clean up his fucking messes because he doesn't want to turn his he doesn't want to turn his back to the exits. That's like, what? What kind of fucking logic is that? It's like, oh my god, you complain about Clark and you were like the slobbiest person ever. Like, listen, I can be a bit of a slob. I admit I'm a little messy. If you saw my room right now, you would probably think, "Oh, you're a lot messy." But I admit I can be pretty messy, okay? Um but Jesus, I'm not going to leave like beer cans and stuff laying around while I sit on my ass watching TV. I'm not going to do that. If I have like a beer can or something, or honestly, probably more likely pop or tea or something, like a brisk or something for me, I'm gonna put it like over by the recycling box we have when I'm done with it. And if it's something that's not recyclable for whatever reason, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm not going to leave things sitting around forever like that and be an absolute mess of a person. I understand he's going through a lot. I understand between like the distrust he has in Clark, the distrust he has in Superman, the toll that this entire takeover that Waller has done is taking on him. I understand he's going through a lot. I get it. But that's not an excuse. This isn't his house. This isn't his place. This is Clark and Jimmy's place. Honestly, if they tell him he needs to clean up his mess, he needs to clean up his fucking mess. Like, Jimmy just kind of like gave up on the situation. Honestly, he should have been more assertive here. He should have basically told Sam, clean up your fucking mess right now, you slob, or you're out of this apartment. Like, I don't give a shit what Lois would think in that matter. It's like, if you're going to stay here, you're going to pull your own. You're going to help clean. You're going to help keep things organized. Maybe just help around the house a little bit. You don't have to do a shit ton, but at least keep things clean. That's the very least you can do. No one's saying you have to, like, scrub every surface down constantly. No one's saying you have to do all the housework. No. There's 3 of you here. You're all capable. You can share that. But you have to do something. You're being allowed to stay here. Out of the goodness of their hearts, you put forth something. Listen, I can be lazy. I admit that. I have trouble motivating myself a lot of the time to even try to get things done. I do the dishes, for example, and sometimes I'll let the dishes sit for a few days before I get to them. And a lot of times it's because I have a hard time motivating myself to actually, like, get to them. But I always do so. I always make sure to get to them. Even if it's a couple days out, I still always do so. And if there starts to get too big of a pile, like on the sink or whatnot, then I definitely get to it. I take out the trash as well. If the trash gets too overflowed, I'm going to take it out. The thing is, Sam doesn't have the mental and emotional issues that I have. To my knowledge, he's not autistic, from what I can tell and everything. Like, I have at least some reasons to have trouble with that, but I still always try to do it as best as I can. To the best of my knowledge, from what I can tell, he doesn't have these issues. He should be pulling his own weight here. He's being a nuisance on them, and that's not okay. And Jimmy has to deal with like this Flamebird division and everything, and learning to be a leader and all as well. So there's that. Clark is trying to deal with like telling Lois everything, but she's not really giving him the time. And now she's also like having this crisis of what to do in regards to her career, because going to the Gotham Gazette and working directly under Vicky is like a dream job for her. But it means she would also have to leave her current job with the Daily Planet, which she does love. She would have to leave Metropolis, which she loves Metropolis, and she would have to leave Clark and Superman and all of that. This is going to be like a struggle for her to figure out what to do here. And I think she'll stay, but it's just like, it's going to be something that she struggles with, and that's going to take up a lot of her like time and a lot of her motivation to get through things. It's going to affect her. Like, Sam needs to pull his own fucking weight here. Also, him still calling himself General, even though he is very, very blatantly not anymore, is just absolute denial. Like, the dude is just... I get it. He's a mess. But he needs to stop being a mess and clean up his mess. But enough ranting about that. Don't need to rant about that forever. So, yeah. A lot to deal with there. And we have more setups for more villains and stuff. We had a villain in this episode who is very, very Varric-like. Even has the assistant doing all of his goofy shit for him. Very, very Varric and Julie. Which, by the way, I kind of mean in a positive, but, like, if you, like, watch the reaction again and hear my, like, the way I said this thing. It's like, oh, is he like Varric? And then it's like a moment, a little bit later, I'm like, oh, is he like Varric? Like, that was saying something. I changed my tone there for a reason. If you've seen The Legend of Korra, you understand exactly what that means. You understand exactly what that means. But yeah, it's like, I'm definitely interested to see if any of that stuff goes somewhere, especially considering we got Metallos in this. They didn't have Kryptonite Hearts, but I don't know, that could go into a direction. I am very curious. I'm very curious. But yeah, this was really, really good. This is another really good episode. I'm just continuing to enjoy this. And I'm definitely interested to see where it goes next. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And before we close this out, I do want to quickly remind you that we have a bunch of awesome shows and other content to check out on this channel. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of fantastic series reactions. And on Monday, we have YouTube, or at least YouTube adjacent reactions. Anything that doesn't quite fit into a full series or movie one. And speaking of movie reactions, we have those every Saturday and Sunday. I pre-record them during the week, but upload them on the weekend just so that every day has some sort of reaction content going on for it. We're also currently playing through a couple Let's Plays on the channel. We have Spider-Man 2 posted every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I do record them in batch, though, so just keep in mind I am far beyond what's posted currently. And we are currently also playing through Anno Mutationum on Saturdays. This is a donation reward for Matthew Vasquez. And if you want to know how to donate for future PS5 Let's Plays, go to the channel search, and type in, just a single search, type in June Double Reward Month PS5. It should take you right to the video that will tell you everything you need to know on how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play on the channel. But all of that being said, thank you as always so much for tuning in. And for now, yeah, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.